Dawson and I are on the way. So I was gonna bring the trance, but I couldn't. I thought I could fit the trance in the trunk by taking the wheels off and dropping the post without having to drop the back seats, but I couldn't do it. It's crazy how much gear two people bring on a bike trip. That's just the back seat. Then there's the trunk. So yeah, it's just the 9er Rip 9, which will help me really put that thing to the test now. And we're going to Bailey Mountain Bike Park. Dawson is beyond excited. So Bailey, if you don't know, is in North Carolina. We've never been there. It's Dawson's first mountain bike park. You shuttle with vehicles, no ski lift. And it's supposed to be pretty gnarly. So Dawson talked me into it. We're gonna do that on Sunday. All right, making our way up the East Coast. We're gonna ride Black Mountain today. That was a long drive. When I make my first billion on YouTube, I'm gonna invest in a Learjet for these trips. So we're parking in the Lowe's parking lot. We just changed clothes in the Lowe's parking lot. That was interesting. Dawson said we could use one of those sheds over there. We didn't, but I thought it was a good idea. All right, I think we're ready to get rolling. So the little paved trail was right next to the Lowe's parking lot. And now we're gonna go on this kind of green trail for a mile or two to warm up before we start the big fire road climb. So I forgot my gimbal. I remembered it 10 minutes from leaving the house and I did not want to go back and get it. So we are going to rely on the Hyper Smooth of the Hero 7. It's in the mid 70s. Back home it's in like the low 90s. I love it. So we just came around the horse stables and now we're starting the long fire road climb. New trails for Dawson. So we've joined up with Mac and Ron from Asheville. They've done this trail before, so at least I know that we're heading in the right direction. All right, the forest road has ended and now we're on the single track climb portion of this part of Black Mountain. And from what I understand, there's a lot of tech. You gotta try to ride up. All right, so one dab so far. You gotta push hard just to keep moving on this one. All right, we're at the very top of Black Mountain as far as this part is concerned. Had one dab, now it's time to put on the pads for our descent. Waiting for Dawson. I think I hear him coming. All right, now we're on a trail called Sycamore Cove. I think it's a descent back down to the road. You all right?
What
happened?
In the world?
What happened? Stance fluid?
What is that?
Oh, shoot.
Dude.
You just blew your shock out.
Shame.
Well, hold on. Let me see what the heck?
Dude.
You just blew a seal on your shock.
I did nothing that I didn't
I know,
do
you
on
were
the
just
Black
cruising
Mountain.
down the trail. Ah, that sucks. You're gonna lose all your damping.
I just felt like, I don't know. I just felt something wasn't right.
Yeah, holy cow. Look, it's bubbling out like root beer. Well, I'm glad it didn't do that on Black Mountain. Yeah, because when I push down on it, here, compress it. Let me.
What does it feel like?
I wonder if you can lock it out. Yeah, see, look at all that stuff coming out.
Dude.
What in the world? I've never seen that happen before. Your knob's not even like, it's not even catching. You can't even lock it out. All right, you're gonna have to like just putz down this trail, and we're gonna have to try to get to the bike shop. Oh, it's already almost 6. It's gonna come out as you ride down the rest of this trail. You're just gonna have no damping at all. Well, that sucks. Dawson just completely blew his shock out. I'm glad it didn't happen on Black Mountain. At least the air spring still works. It just has no damping in the shot. That was crazy. It was just like foaming up. Well, I'm gonna make sure he's all right, and then I'm gonna continue on this descent. Good morning. It is a beautiful morning here in Brevard. So I'm at a friend of mine's house that he lives in Gainesville, but he has a house up here in Brevard, and this thing is just awesome. Right on a lake. So Dawson and I are going to get some breakfast and go over to the bike shop and see what we can do about Dawson's rear shock. Either we're going to have to purchase a shock, because there's no way they can rebuild it that quickly, or rent a bike. We'll see. So we're catching up on the tour yesterday. I didn't get to watch it. Mudslide over the road. I guess they're going to neutralize the race. That's crazy. And Thibaut Pinot had to drop out. Man, I'm kind of bummed. I was pulling for the guy. My favorite pre-ride breakfast, oatmeal with raisins, honey, and cinnamon. This is a killer bike shop. So Dawson's getting set up with a Santa Cruz Bronson. So Dawson got the hookup with the Santa Cruz Bronson. He wanted to stick with 27.5. He had the option of 29, a transition, but he wanted to stick with 27.5. So he's a little nervous about being responsible for a carbon bike, but we're gonna have fun. All right, we're gonna head out and do some of Upper Black Mountain, and I think it's Buckwheat Knob, Bennett Gap. Looking forward to it. Up the gravel roads. The nice thing about the routes that we're doing is a lot of the climbing is on the gravel roads, and then you're on the single track. This Bronson's about 3 pounds lighter, I think, in Dawson's Trance, and he's cruising up these fire road climbs. It's the fastest I've seen him climb. All right, we're starting Black Mountain. That's a big step. Dawson's first time using SRAM Eagle. He likes it. Yeah. This has got to be at least 20 to 25% grade. Pick our line on this one. This is a little chunky section. It stays chunky. There's one section I had to walk, so watch out for it, okay? It's been a while since I've been on this trail. That got pretty chunky. I have a new appreciation for this Rip 9. It felt too beefy until this trip. and now it feels right at home. And I really like the way this bike gets up and over the roots and rocks on these steep climbs. Stuff is basically a controlled free fall. Oh. Oh, I took the wrong way. That's good enough. This is Bennett Gap. Had a little bit of a climb, flattens out, and then most of it's downhill. Of course, we have to stop at this view. Wow.
Oh my God.
That's awesome. Dawson, we're not in Florida anymore. That's the part I had to walk. I remember that one now. Man. There we go. Oh, you almost had it. Attempt number 2.
Come on.
Almost. Dawson was wheeling over this rope and realized it's not a rope, that's a big rattlesnake.
Get closer.
You get closer.
All right, give me the camera.
No, you're not going to do that. He's a big one.
Whoa.
All right, come back. I'm going to go ahead and end this video here since it's getting kind of long. Obviously, Dawson and I are having a great time in North Carolina. Bailey Mountain Bike Park was awesome. That's going to be a whole separate video. That'll be less of a vlog style, more of just riding footage. That video turned out better as far as the smoothness. I tried a few different things. Put the video on super view, but yeah, I got to use the gimbal up in Pisgah National Forest. So anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.